Oh my god, he's just talking over gameplay. What the hell is this? This is like a commentary straight out of 2013. So if you like the video, guys, make sure to give it a good rating. Let's get a good sub for sub going while we're at it, get those old YouTube trends going. No, but how's it going though, guys? Just Daniel here, and I'm just gonna talk about life and the channels, because things are gonna be happening here soon. I want to make some changes, and I just want to be really down to earth about it. I don't want to do like a highly edited format to deliver this kind of notice. I just want to talk. I want to change the kind of stuff I do on the channel, because I think I lost sight of why I started the channel somewhere along the line. I didn't start a YouTube channel just to make TF2 videos, as much as I love the game and it's dear to my heart. I started a channel to make videos and entertain people. And I feel the last while I have been so caught up in formats and editing and doing things a particular way and making sure like it's something people like, that I haven't really been doing stuff that I want to do, like new stuff. Like, for the longest while now, I've wanted to make vlogs about my travels in Japan, but I've almost been scared to do it, because I know that the moment I start uploading those, people are going to scream at me. It's like, Daniel, how could you betray Team Fortress 2 for Weeaboo Land? Why are you making anime videos now? Like, is that all you care about? Are you leaving us? Are you leaving us just like Mr. Moose Tits? Like, you know what that crowd is like. They're just mad in the head, and like, this sounds bad, but they're entitled little shits when it comes to this kind of thing on YouTube. Like, they scream at you if you don't do the particular thing you're known for. I think Soundsman has this problem with some of his videos, where people scream at him if he doesn't make a stereotypes video. To the extent he's finishing up that series now and wants nothing to do with it moving forward. I think I've been letting those voices get to me a little too much though lately, and I've been kind of having like a breakthrough on the Twitch channel, and actually having the time of my life playing games, because I've stopped caring about what people want, and I've just started doing the thing I'm in the mood for. On the Twitch channel lately, because we got caught up in a format where we were going to do, like, say, the Dark Souls trilogy. Yeah, and as much as I love the Dark Souls games, I wasn't really enjoying playing them on stream as much, because it kind of felt like a chore after a while. We did the first one, we started up Dark Souls 2, and it was just more Dark Souls, really, and I didn't really have my heart in it. So I changed it up to play some old games. I picked up Skyrim, and I picked up Don't Starve. Like, two, like, kind of ancient relics of my Steam library that have been sitting there forever. And I'm having the time of my life playing those. The Skyrim streams I've been doing lately are probably the most enjoyable thing I've done on Twitch. Like, since last summer when things really exploded. Like, honestly, I'm having a blast playing it. And Don't Starve isn't far behind as well. It's a lot of fun to play. We have this kind of added condition that if I die in either of those games, I'll do a giveaway live on stream. I'm doing a Skyrim permadeath run, so if I die, like, I literally lose my character. I'm currently 12 hours in, so the stakes are getting high. For Don't Starve, I'm like in spring now. If you know how that game works, it basically gets harder and harder to not frickin' starve as the game goes on. So it gets more and more stressful, but it's good fun, because like I get to do some giveaways, I give nice stuff for folks, I get to play the games I want, and people seem to enjoy them. I kind of want to bring that atmosphere to my YouTube videos going forward, where I just don't care. And I don't mean to say that in a way where like I'm disrespecting fans of my channel, because I know from the fans from the channel that you guys like TF2. Hell, I love TF2, and like, I've been an advocate of it for many years. But I want to just vary things up a bit, I think for my own sake. Because I feel that if I just keep doing TF2 at the current pace I'm doing it, I'm going to burn out and I'm not going to enjoy it as much. A case in point, the reason the How to Really Play series for the TF2 videos in particular has slowed down so much at the moment. Because I was supposed to be finished that series like a month ago. Like, that was the plan. I was going to do one every week. Now we're kind of one every 2 weeks, one every 3 weeks, one every month. It's getting slower. The reason it's slowed down is just because I find it very stressful to work on. Because I struggle when I establish such a set format to constantly follow it, because I feel like I'm just doing the same joke over and over again. And I think it even shows in that series as it's developed. How to Really Play as a series is like changed astronomically from what it originally set out to be. Like, let's just go through like a quick rundown of all the videos in this series. You have the pilot, which kind of establishes the concept. You have the scout video, which elaborates on it and kind of gets the series idea going. You have the soldier one, which is probably the best of the original series concept for How to Really Play, where it's still bad advice, but there's a bit more thought put into all the jokes. That's when I really got into the prime of it. And then you have the pyro one, where I take like a freaking 180, and that video is me just actually giving good advice how to play pyro, because I realized when I was making that, the only joke I can make about pyro that's bad advice is specifically just WM1 all the time, and that's too obvious. And as I went further with the series, I tried to do Demo Man in the original style. I didn't really enjoy the Demo Man one as much. It's probably the weakest video in the series, in my personal opinion. Then I went back to Heavy, where I followed on from like the pyro format, and I tried to just one-up myself again. It's like, okay, people are just going to expect me to talk about the lack of heavy subclasses. Let's fucking talk about the lack of heavy subclasses and throw some different jokes in. The engineer one's a bit weird, because that was actually the first episode I wrote. That was even before the pilot. I didn't know I wanted to do a general kind of bad advice thing for TF2 when I started that series. I was going to just start with the engineer one. So that's why that one's a bit weird and kind of a bit jarring. But then I wanted to shake it up again. With the medic, I've really tried to go over the top. I brought in like... I bought a freaking camera like for that video, and I recorded owls. Like, what's even going on with that video? Like, I tried to make it like a love letter to medics, rather than just, hey, it's another bad advice video. The same with Sniper. I didn't want it to just be another bad advice video. With that one, I tried to strike a balance between some of the bad advice and then some of the weirder series format for it. That's why there's like a good few like kind of IRL skits just thrown into that one, and some weird stuff going on with snipers, and just snipers dying a lot. Kind of in similar vein to like the medic deaths. As I worked with that series though, I realized I'm not really one for video formats. I don't really like getting into an established thing where there's an established expectation as to what kind of video this is going to be, because I find it really generic, honestly. And I think part of the joy of me doing wacky maps last year, and part of the reason I really enjoyed them, is they were so outlandish in the premises that you never knew what you were getting yourself into when you clicked on one of those videos. Like, there were videos last summer where it's like, oh god, it's high tower and it's like 50 times taller. Then it's freaking bad water and the cart moves 10 times faster, and like, oh Jesus Christ. Then it's a freaking Katamari mod where I'm picking up people. It's a resize mod. It's a sound mod. Or at least a little trailer for it, because we had some technical difficulties with that one. Didn't unfortunately get to finish it. But I love that because it was so wild. And you never really knew what you were getting yourself into when you clicked on a video of mine. And I love that feeling. So I kind of want to bring that back, where it's just videos I'm passionate about that don't follow any strict rhyme or reason. No real established format. And I just want to have fun with them. So I'm going to be talking about this at the end of How to Really Play Spy. This is kind of like the informal, uncut version of it. I'm not even sure if I'll keep this video up. I'm going to be reading actively reading the comments that are posted on this video, because I want to see what you guys think of this. We're just having a bit of a heart-to-heart here. I want to just kind of lay out my mind. I want to change the kind of videos I make on the channel, though, to be like those wilder ones where you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. And I think I want to try avoid a really established series format in future where it is something like How to Really Play, where it specifically has to be bad advice. I want to make that a bit more general, where I might have, say, a series name to kind of group some videos together, but no expectation as to what might be in the contents of those videos. Which is why I'm going to be starting some new series. And they're kind of going to go into that. I'm going to be making travel vlogs. There's so much crazy stuff here in Japan that's absolutely amazing and incredible. I want to make videos on them. I bought a camera for this. I had it for like the medic video. You saw little tidbits of it with the Owl Cafe. I want to make full videos and that stuff. I don't just want to like have to shoehorn it into TF2 every time, because that's gonna be freaking shite. You know, I could just make a full video on like an owl cafe, and that could be something in its own right. It doesn't have to have anything to do with medics, you know? I want to bring stream highlights back to the channel as well, because stream highlights for me, I know people are a bit divided about it. Some people just think they're really kind of a lazy form of content. Here's my 2 cents on stream highlights and why I love them. Stream highlights are really natural. They're like jokes that you see kind of evolve in real time, and I sort of have this funny build-up that's unexpected, unscripted, unscheduled, and it's just great crack. It reminds me of like old Kraken videos and old German videos, and those are like the content creators I look up to. That's the kind of stuff I like. You click on a video of theirs, it's a session of them playing a game, you have no idea what's gonna happen, because things are just gonna develop and they're gonna go weird directions, and that's great. And I think it would be a really cool way of kind of bringing the YouTube channels and the Twitch channels closer, because those natural developing moments often involve you guys, like, a lot of the time, and I think that's great, because, like, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I love those videos from last year where it's literally just, like, a server of 30 of us, and, like, we just have a plugin, and we're gonna play around with it. Like, so many of my videos from last summer kind of developed just from random sessions like that, and I think I love them. Like, they're some of my favorite videos I think I've ever made now. They got people involved, and it was just natural, like, kind of developed humor. There was no scripted, manufactured joke and punchline setup. It's just actual gas stuff happening in real time. So that's why I love like kind of stream highlights, and that's why I kind of want to return to them. Again, they'll be a bit different to how to really play, because that's something I've been pushing the last while. But I don't want to really be bogged down with how to really play forever. I think I need to change the format for myself, because I keep doing it within the series to the extent that like it's lost sight of what it was originally supposed to be, if you get me. Like, how to really play medic and how to really play sniper, they're not just bad advice on how to play TF2. They're like their own beasts at this point, with like a weird sense of humor that's like slightly post-meta thrown in for God knows what reason. That's the kind of stuff I love. So I want to change what I'm doing on the channel. I'm going to be making travel vlogs. I want to bring more stream highlights, and I want to just bring some more natural kind of gameplay sessions, stuff like kind of like what Kraken does and what Germa does, because that's the kind of stuff I love. I love that kind of natural humor. Edited stuff can be really funny because it is a masterclass above what the rest of us can produce. Like, Jesus Christ, we have some talented folks in this community that can make edited masterpieces of videos. But sometimes you just want to hop on a video and you want that kind of homemade movie feel, if you get me. I've talked about my love of Harry Hill a few times, kind of jokingly on this channel, but I love stuff like You've Been Framed, where it is just like clips, just kind of thrown together and organized in a rough format. You don't know what you're going to expect when you open that up. It can be absolutely wild. Whereas if you have the more edited stuff, you kind of get like an established sense of humor, and you kind of know how the jokes are going to lead after a while. It gets harder to reinvent yourself, I think, when you follow such a rigorous format like that. Donkey, I think, has a real good balance that I would kind of like to do kind of going forward, where he has a mix of these like kind of really edited kind of professional videos, like criticism of games journalism. He'll have like kind of criticism of collector's editions for video games. Like, that kind of stuff is great. But he'll mix it up, and he'll have these other things where it's just him playing Fortnite. Maybe shouldn't give that as an example, because I know that's a bit of a trigger word for some folks. It's him playing Skyrim, you know? It's him playing Oblivion. It's him playing Dark Souls, and you don't know what's going to happen. He puts his humor in it, and he's just an absolute gem and treasure to listen to. That's the kind of stuff I love. And I feel like I've been straying away from that for too long. And I want to try and get back and move towards it again, because that's the stuff I love. That's the stuff I'm passionate about. And that's the kind of content I love on YouTube. So I just want to know what people think about me doing that. It's going to be a bit wild. I'm going to be changing up the established thing I've been doing for the last couple of months now with how to really play. And I'm going to be moving back to some of the more live, natural stuff. On the plus, because that stuff does take a little less time in editing, it does mean we'll have a bit more uploads on the channel. I'll still of course, input editing on those videos. Like, I'm not just saying this because I'm going to go to like a live format and just pump out videos time a dozen. Like, no, don't worry, they're still going to be entertaining. I'm going to make sure they have a high quality, even if it is just kind of like live clips and like highlights from sessions. I'm not going to skimp on that. I'd be a gobshite if I did that. That's called selling out, you know? I don't want to do that kind of stuff. But I want to make more kind of like live clips and kind of like the kind of content I really love watching and enjoy. And I just want to know what people think about that, because it's going to be kind of different. Like, let's be real. I've been doing really scripted videos for the last couple of months where we've been doing particular things. I want to spice it up a bit. I want to bring the Twitch and YouTube channels closer together in what we do. And I want to throw in a bit of my own life and get some travel vlogs up. In the coming weeks, like for instance, in Japan, they have Pokemon centers. You can just walk in and there's Pokemon merchandise everywhere and special events. I went to a freaking Pokemon center on my birthday. They gave me a freaking crown to wear in my head. And all the staff like sang happy birthday for me. I did crazy shite like that. Like, that's insane. I want to make videos on that. In a couple of weeks, they have a convention here in Japan where Smash Bros. Switch is actually going to be playable. It's in like 3 weeks. No one is talking about this, but this convention is like an hour from my house. I want to make a video on that because I'm going to be able to play Smash Bros. Switch like before the rest of the world. That's insane. I want to like kind of throw that in like on top of like all this kind of live, more natural stuff I want to do on my channel, because I think that's great crack. The arcade scenes in Japan are amazing. I want to make some videos on those. There's freaking cat cafes, owl cafes. There's a penguin cafe I found the other day that I really want to go to and just like record a video on, because that sounds gas. So I just want to know what people think about that, because that's the kind of videos I've been leaning towards the last while, and I think I'm gearing up for it. Like, I think it's something I'd be really passionate about, and it's the kind of stuff I've been wanting to make for a while, but I think I've been so bogged down in trying to set up an established series format and follow it to a T that I've been just pushing it off. So what do people think? I know it's like kind of like the TF2 the YouTube commentator question you get all the time that you're sick to death of. It's like, let me know what you guys think of the video in the comment section below. But seriously, what do you guys fucking think about this? Because I actually want to know. I want to get a bit of discussion going. I'm going to be reading the comments on this one. I'll be talking to people in the Discord too. Let me know. Like, what do you think about me kind of changing the direction like that? Thanks for watching this video, folks. Sorry it's a bit long. Sorry it's a bit out there as well. This might seem very out of the blue for some folks. I'll be talking to you in the comments now. Take care, guys.